Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're back at the big laundromat after a record collection last week. Had record sales. It's Fun Car Friday. I can move good enough to drive a manual transmission. Also have my Insta360 camera out, so I should be able to make some cool videos with this car as well. This car is a big part of my blog and success and YouTube and everything. I've had it over 10 years now, so glad I could get it out. I also had to replace the battery in it, which I did myself, and it's not easy since it's behind the wheel, but that seems to have fixed all the problems it had before. So, speaking of problems, this is not good. We should have a light that's on and not taped up on the change machine. The change machine is the lifeblood of our laundromat, and it had problems this week. So, opening this up, I'm not very excited because I'm pretty sure I'm missing a hopper. Yes, I am. So what happened was, right after the weekend, came in, collected money. We had $1,209 in there, which isn't bad. But someone called and said the change machine isn't working. So I'm like, all right, come in there. And it wasn't working right. It wasn't giving the right money, and then it just stopped working. And so I dumped all the quarters out. And if you notice, there's quarters all over the floor. That's why I did that. I haven't cleaned them all up yet. And so the right coin hopper has only been the one working all week. And so all our money is just right there. I don't think we've been as busy this week either. That's not good news. So took the coin hopper apart. Actually took it home. There's a quarter just jammed in there, just a messed up quarter. Got it out, put the change machine back in, and it didn't work. And this is why I always say I don't want to take stuff apart if I don't have to. People say you need to get the stickers for the pop machine on the inside. Well, you have to take apart the coin mechanism to get back there. I'm not going to do that. If I can stick them on the outside and just replace them every once in a while, I'm much happier doing that than messing up my coin mechanism, and who knows what happens with that. So all of these quarters should be in that coin hopper, but I've got a tremendous amount of quarters now because they're not in there. So this is my bucket I use to measure how much quarters we have in the washers and dryers. So I want it empty, so I was dumping it into some bags. Luckily, I had a couple extra ones. And then once we get our coin hopper back, we'll put those quarters back in there. But I have to send it off to someone. So there's one guy in the state that I know of that fixes these. He's not super close to me, and he said he didn't know when he would be back in my area, so I mailed it to him. I got an invoice already, so I think that means it's fixed, which is really good news, and it's only like $60 to fix it. But he said he had to make some adjustments or do something else. Got it working. It should be back to me soon. But in the meantime, as we check the vending machine, which is heavy this week, I've got to make sure that one hopper is full all the time, like to the brim, because 2 weekends ago, we almost ran out of quarters with 2 hoppers. Now we're down to 1. So I am going to stop by probably each day this weekend and make sure that hopper is full. Unless by chance that other hopper shows up today. That would sure be nice. So, we'll hopefully no disasters, but we are so dependent on that change machine. And I have looked at getting credit card, change machine. I don't even know if those are legal. Kind of talked about that before. They just wanted you to use tokens with them. They're like $6,000 to get those. So expensive. And so, how we've set up ours has worked out so far. So, we'll just continue to do it the way we have done it. Like I said, we had over 2,500 in sales last week. Not going to do that this week based on how busy it was and the money in the cash machine, but that's okay. All right, pop machine. Someone called and said they put $2 coins in here and it didn't work and wanted their money back. So I'm like, great, let's. I can do that. So I was opening it up and checking to see what we're low on. And my son and I had come here and filled this up before, but we forgot to get water. And you know what I did today? I forgot to get water. It's like, oh no! So I have to get that at some point. Checking down here, which is not too bad. I don't see any dollar coins in there though, which is what I was looking for, to see if they fell through. And then I saw this. Yes, that. My change receiver coin mechanism is all jammed up with quarters because the guy put dollar coins in here. So I guess I need to get a little sign that says only quarters, nickels, dimes, No dollar coins. I thought I saw 2 of them in there, but I think one fell into the coin mechanism thing. So I don't know if it does accept them, but they just got jammed up there, not sure. So I got all those out. It took a little bit of finagling, and like I said, you want to be very careful with this stuff not to break it. And I didn't see if that easily came off of it, so I won't show you the whole process, but eventually those came out with enough shaking and maneuvering. And then, of course, you want to test it to make sure it works, just like when we had our washing machine fixed last week. Then we got tested and it wasn't working. It was a very simple fix. It was turning on the water fix. It works. All right, so that's good. But there were a lot of quarters stuck in there, and there's probably a lot of people who weren't getting their pop, but only one person texted me and let me know. So hopefully now we don't have any issues. We had problems before with the snack machine where people were putting like foreign coins in, and that was jamming it up. We haven't had that for a long time, knock on wood. Hopefully we're good there. And this one does take dollars, so that's nice as well. So if the quarter thing does get jammed, people can still get pop or soda. My wife thinks it's weird I say pop. I feel like I grew up saying pop, then I switched to soda because people thought it was weird. Now I'm saying pop again, so I don't know. Sorry about that. Here is the soap machine. Oh, there's quite a bit gone. Lots of our Tide is gone. Gain, some of the dissolve. So we'll see how much is in here. We'll count this all up at the end, don't worry. So quite a bit. So there was quite a bit in the vending, snack machine. There's quite a bit in the soap machine. But like I said, not much cash in the change machine. We had 1209 over the weekend, which was 250 less than we had the weekend before. And then we counted that cash up and there was 653 during the week, but we only had one hopper working. So total we had 1862 in cash this week, where last week I think we had 2300 almost. So vending machines got used, but I'm not sure washers and dryers got used. I guess we will see and check all that out. So I don't show all this, but once in a while I show a little bit of the, oh, that one's destroyed. The stocking process. It's very exciting. I know that I will kill the OCD people. I'm not showing the box on purpose because I know it would destroy you guys, but I just dump all the different brands into one box, so it saves me time, and they're just haphazardly in there mixed together, so sorry about that. All right, that's all done. Hopefully, someone mentioned we should wax and get this machine working better. We will do that at some point. Not sure when, but at some point we will do that. All right, let's count those, and then we need to see what is in the washers and dryers as well. So this is the soap machine, and we are seeing how much is in there. That's quite a bit. I don't think it's a record, but that's quite a bit for that. Then we've got the pop machine, and these are, I think, all quarters. And then we've got, is that a quarter? I'm not sure. Well, start this up. Not bad, because we've got the extra $5 or so and the dollar coins. Actually, that's a quarter. That's not a dollar coin. Never mind. Was there only, like I said, yeah, there's only $1 coin in there. I feel like there were 2 when I was looking at it, but maybe the hopper can handle dollar coins. Who knows? Or the coin mechanism. And then we got, is it 5 or 6? Oh, it's 6 there. I think I only counted 5 on my chart. Well, whoops. Now we're messed up the whole system. Oh, and then I might have counted that as cash too. I messed up today bad. I think I counted that cash in my total amount. We needed it though. We needed a cheat today badly. So it's okay. This is the soap machine. No. That's the vending machine. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated. That's the vending machine. Soap machine doesn't mean take nickels and dimes, yeah. So maybe an extra 50 cents, $1 there, who knows. Not an exciting nickel. Even if you find an old nickel, they're not that exciting because they're just nickel. They're not silver. All right. Now let's go see what's in the washers and dryers. The bucket I have there, I marked with blue tape. I know people keep complaining about me mixing up my buckets. I don't think I mixed them up last week, but I put a piece of blue tape on my big washer bucket. So, on Mondays, I empty these big machines because they get too full sometimes. Not this week. This week they would not have gotten too full. That was pretty minuscule bucket there. And then I also empty the change machine on Mondays and struggle with this coin box every week. So, I already have a partially full bucket from Monday. And then we count all from the week. So, oh, there's a bunch of dollar coins in this one. I don't even know if I knew if these took dollar coins. I guess they do. So we'll separate those out because I don't want those to jam up my change machine either, and then count them separately if I remember, which I did. I did remember. I know that because I'm doing a voiceover now and not talking live, so don't know why I said I had to remember. Anyway, well, move on to the front machines. I am walking way, way, way better now, too. So last week was a bit of a struggle, and I think doing the laundromat videos was probably more than I should have done because I partially tore my calf muscle helping my son, coaching my son's basketball team, jeez, and was on crutches, but I thought the laundromat cart would be enough support for me, but I was pretty sore that night and the next day, but I'm much better now. Yeah, these aren't that great. So weird. I feel like every time we have a massive, huge record, especially at this laundromat, even the other one too, we had a big record at the small laundromat a couple weeks ago, and then awful next week. The next week is bad. It's almost like the laundromat is tired, and it knows it needs a rest and a break, so it kind of closes itself early so that not too many people can come. And I'm not sure how it does that, but it's got to be something like that. That wasn't bad. That box is okay, but that's our most popular machine. That machine also tends to have issues the most, probably because it's our most popular machine that gets used, but just in the last 2 weeks we've taken keys out of the drain that messed it up, a knife out of the drain that messed it up. We had some other issues, but still, we got out there and got it fixed quick, and it's working well. Speaking of that, you know, we had the small laundromat video yesterday, you may or may not have seen it, where we rearranged the machines. They look so much better, and we've got kind of a guy moving up in positions in our organization who's been doing an awesome job. Well, he came over here and fixed a couple of machines as well. So that was good to see. They're getting, you know, we have less broken machines this week than we did last week. So that's always a bonus and a plus. Although, well, technically I fixed one of those machines. I fixed the water issue, the one that was supposed to be fixed, but the water never got turned on. That person is no longer working with us, so. Oof, God, that's awful. Where did that come from? I haven't seen that one that low since a couple months ago when this machine had nothing in it and we were trying to figure out what happened. I never did figure out what happened. Oof. Okay. Well, that was weird. This is a little better. Man. And nobody's told me that machine's acting up or having problems or anything. I have quite a few regulars, quite a few people who will let me know. This weekend I said I brought my son, he refilled the pop machine and different stuff. We came because one of the machines was not working. It was that 50 pounder, the most popular one. That was the one that had the knife stuck in it. But it was stuck on 30 minutes and would not drain, would not do anything. It was like that for a long time for one of our regular customers. So I went over here, got the power turned off, got it unlocked and everything. But usually the machines will unlock themselves after a while. If they get stuck on a number for a while, 10, 15 minutes, they'll stop, they'll release it, they'll get their clothes. That machine was not doing it. It was just stuck on 30 and just constantly pouring water into there. I think that because the drain was stuck open because there's a knife stuck in it. So once in a while we have to do that. But it worked out because my daughter and wife and both daughters were at a kind of a dance rehearsal thing, and my son and I were hanging out, and that seemed like a good idea. He does like to work at the laundromat because I usually pay him a little bit depending on the work he does. If he's doing important work that can, you know, help the machines run, like crawling behind them and doing drain work, which he's done before, I pay him a little more. If he's just stocking the vending machine, I pay him a little less because that's something pretty much anyone can do. So trying to teach him the importance of high quality work versus everyday easy work. We'll see if it works or not in the long run. Who knows? Those were much, much better, those boxes there. So I still don't think they're going to make up for the weak ones before that, but it'll be interesting to see how we did this week, if it's really awful or just a little bit awful. But I know it's not that good. Last week we had so many quarters. These buckets were like almost full, I feel like. Not this week. But we'll get these counted up, see what we have. All right. We are going to speed this up because I don't feel like talking this whole time today. So we 3 times speeded it. The first bucket is the big machines. We'd like to see at least 3,000 quarters out of the big machines, but I am not expecting that many. Last week we had 3,500-ish. A lot. Great week. We had over 7,000 quarters last week, right? This week I think it's going to be a struggle. Oof. Well, 2,900, that's actually better than I thought it would be. But I think there's less in the small machines than the big machines this week. And last week there was more in the small machines than the big machines. So, sorry, I was dumping quarters again. I think my... what do they call it? Your toxic trait or something weird is dumping quarters everywhere. Or maybe my toxic trait is dumping quarters everywhere and then not picking them up and really bothering the OCD people. Sorry. That was one job I really wanted my son to do too, but he didn't want to do it either. He was doing other stuff, so I'm like, all right. So, 53.99. Ooh, that's the least we've had in a while. All right, let's do the dryer, see what's in there. Not bad. It's real hard to tell though what's in here until we get a final count, just because some are always fuller than others, and yeah, that's what I'm going with. But we did fix one of the dryers. That's always good news. Like I said, one of them stopped heating, and I had kind of the old guy look at it. He said everything was working, the ignition was working, all the other stuff was working. He thought maybe it was a motherboard, so then I did try and program it and see if the heat was working. And when I tried to get into the program zone, it was not working right at all. It was giving me all kinds of weird stuff and different menus I've never seen before. So I'm like, oh, I think that's it. So luckily it's one of the small dryers we have. Because of small dryers, we have lots of leftover motherboards and parts for. These bigger dryers where I'm at right now, we don't have many parts at all because we just got these. We just have what's installed here. Our new guy switched out the motherboard from one of the other ones, put it in there. It works again, so yay, it's working. And then we fixed the washer, which actually had a really full box in it. I forgot to mention that when we were looking at it, but that's nice to see that one doing better. And then let's see what we've got here. I'm in a hurry this week with my cameraing because I've got some things to do with the family. I have to leave work early today. Usually I do a better job of showing the quarters and not myself, so sorry about that. I do have the same shoes I've had for a while. If you're wondering about my wardrobe and fashion, I pretty much rely on my wife for that because she likes shopping and that, and I don't. So if you think anything I'm wearing looks stupid or ridiculous, it's my wife's fault. Alright, so getting these counted, we'll see what we've got from the dryers. Like I said, I'm always kind of in the dark on the dryers, how much I collect from the boxes and the bucket. I don't always have a good feel for it, so we'll just see what the quarters tell us in general. Well, dumping more. Well, found a quarter. Like I said, see, I picked one up. I don't always just leave them all laying around everywhere. Well, I still look for the silver ones, but I don't find them usually. Usually I find the silver ones randomly, and I'm not trying to find them. Oh, my son found a quarter in his laundromat money. Not laundromat, his washer and dryer from the complex money. It's like a commemorative Washington, D.C. one. It looked really cool. Ooh, under 2,000? Ooh, that's not good. All right, let's look at the chart. Okay, so starting from December when we opened up to now, we'll see how this week panned out compared. I know it won't be good compared to next week or last week. I'm not psychic. I don't know what's happening next week. I know it won't be as good compared to last week because we had a super duper record with tons of quarters. Over 10,000 quarters total. I realized that after we did our collection, we had $2,500. I'm like, oh, that's more than 10,000 quarters. So we'll see what we end up with. I'm hoping it's not like crazy low. We had a really crazy weird week like a month ago. Just an albatross that was lower than we've had in months and months and months. So I don't think it's that bad, but we'll see. There's when we were collecting cash. We're getting closer and closer. September, October, that's when we took quarters to the bank. I kind of need to take quarters to the bank soon again, but obviously I want to get my hopper back and fill it up with quarters. Get those all full before I do that. And here's our record coming up right there. And boom. Well, 1983. Less than 2,000. So it was kind of a bad week. But now that if our bad week is like 2,000 quarters, that's awesome. Because that's way better than we were doing before. And you can see we did not have as bad a week as we did kind of the end of December there. So really, it wasn't as good. But every single time we set a record, if you look back through the chart, we seem to have a bad week the next week. It's just weird. Weird how it does that. So hopefully we recover. Hopefully we keep getting to a nice plateau close around 2,500. That'd be awesome. And I guess we'll go from there. So we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully the hopper comes back. It's working. I'm going to be checking that change machine a lot, though, this weekend to make sure there are quarters in there. And love to hear what everyone thinks. All right. Be back soon.